That is exactly what we needed. That was exactly what the Cavs needed on Saturday to come out, play physical, capture the home court advantage. You see Donovan Mitchell come back, and you set the tone. You set the tone. I sent that tweet out while we were all struggling with the ESPN. I didn't even know there's an issue, Ryan, because I was watching on Bally's. No offense to ESPN, but I was going to watch John Michael and Brad Doherty and Serena Winters on my TV on Saturday. That's what I did. But I know ESPN had their gap, but you could hear the excitement of the crowd, that true home court advantage for the Cavs on Saturday, and they got the one that was most important. The one to, and I think maybe even a question we can ask on today's show, Ryan, was Saturday's win enough for you to flush out the playoffs last year? We all know the bad taste that we had in our mouth. There were some out there saying, oh, here we go again. Cavs are just going to bow out again early. And they came out, and I don't want to say they whooped the Orlando Magic's butt on Saturday, but they took it to them.
I worded it, they won convincingly.
They won convincingly in a game that I think you had to have clearly. Yeah, it's a long series, but to set the tone, and I think to send a message to even our own fan base about this is a different team with a different mindset this year, and they showed it on Saturday. You got another one tonight, yeah! NBA playoffs are a lot of fun, man. Cavs are playing well. Guards, what did I ask for? I asked for a sweep, and you delivered. Josh Naylor is a man possessed right now. We got NFL draft week. We got time up. We got the bracket, morning update and grid, all on a beautiful Sports Monday edition right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. What a weekend it was, man. Yeah. Cavs, that felt so good. That felt so good from the wine and gold on Saturday. I keep saying yesterday, but on Saturday, to get that nice win, you set the tone. And I do think calmed some people down. I really do think calmed some people down. So we have plenty of Cavs to get to this morning. We will obviously touch on the guards. Dude, when you play a lowly team like the A's, was it Nick, Dollar Dog Nick, that had a great tweet about Josh Naylor beating up on a homeless person?
No, I think that was Reflog.
Oh, Reflog had that. I feel bad for the A's, man. I do. I'm happy we swept them. You took care of business. There's something to be said about the guards. I want to talk about them later, but when you start to build, not an arrogance, but like a confidence that we are not even going to make these games close. Like we are, even if we fall down early or you scrap it on out, we have no business losing to the A's, and we're not going to. And they swept them. That was awesome. Cavs. I went to Batman last night. Oh, my God, what a weekend. It was a lot of fun. I got to go see Batman 89 in concert last night. Shout out to Dan, my buddy Dan. I saw him. I was walking in. Somebody goes, hey, Matt. I was like, hey. And he goes, I knew you'd be here. And I was like, do you think I was going to miss this? The only negative, it was amazing. So for those who don't know, they play the movie while an orchestra plays the songs. The only thing, have you seen Batman 89?
No.
Oh, my God.
Which one is that? The first
the
one with
Keaton one? Yeah.
No.
How'd you get on my show again?
Dude, I was born in 2001.
I don't care. You've been working with me for 8 months. It's a borderline requirement. There are songs in it. Prince did some music for it. He actually did a music video where he dressed up like the Joker. They did not play the Prince songs. I wasn't sure how that was going to work or not, but everything else was awesome. So a fantastic weekend nonetheless. And we're right back in it tonight with the Cavs. We'll get to our boost with Tipico. Oh, I gotta say every weekend there on Tipico. Just take the Guardians minus a run and a half against the A's every game and you let it play out. I just see how it goes. But we start Cavs this morning. We'll get to our boost later. And it is already 5.5. 5.5. So you're up a point already. And tonight, I mean, I want to recap a lot of Saturday too. But to get to tonight and the excitement of this game here, you know, none of these games are must-wins until you get to the elimination game. I understand that. But tonight is that, like, one of those pivotal swing games. And if you're able to beat the Magic again tonight and you send it back to Orlando, I feel like the Cavs are going to win. I feel like tonight wins the series. I feel like if you go up 2-0, you're winning this series. And I tried to deep dive on this, and I was searching for it all morning. And here's the best that I could do, Ryan, which is a little crazy. I have to go all the way back to 2018. That's when this article was written, so 6 years ago. So there's obviously stats that could be added to this. But what I was trying to find was the percentage chance of when you win game one, when you win game two, when you win game one at home. And here's why I got, and here's why you should feel really good about the Cavs in on Saturday. So again, this is a little older on the statistical poll, but here's what we got. Teams that win the first game of a 7-game series goes on to win that series 76% of the time. Okay, that's number one. You want one better? The team that wins the first game of a best-of-7 series at home wins 85% of the series. 85%. Now, obviously, that's a higher seed because it's game one at home. There is something to be said about all that. Then, the teams that win the first 2 games of the series at home, which would be for tonight's win, Ryan, they win the series 94% of the time.
I believe it.
94%. So, again, those are a little bit older stats going back, but it still lays out why I think tonight wins you the series. I really think tonight wins you the series. But let's recap more on Saturday. And I thought about posting this question out there, and I want to get people's vibes on a couple of things. Number one, did Saturday flush out your bad taste of last year's playoff exit? Was Saturday's game enough? Just one game. Was that enough to flush out the bad taste that you had in your mouth from the Knicks series last year? And that question's a little interesting because you could start by saying, I didn't have a bad taste in my mouth. Now, if you're a Cavs fan, I would believe that you had something about last. It might not have been to an nth degree like a lot of people. There are some people that were just so down on the Cavs and they just didn't want to hear it, and they were so upset on how it went last year. But you could say, it bothered me, but it wasn't that bad. I would still imagine that most Cavs fan had something. There was a little something, hangover, carryover from last year. So was Saturday's game enough to flush that out? Because I feel like, Ryan, what was the knock last year? The physicality, and we'll talk the Wagner brothers, and you want to know Nick's tweet that I thought that was really good? Is Mo Wagner the first guy that we actually hated more after he left Ann Arbor? Like, most guys that are Michigan players, you hate them while they're there, and he's actually become the anti-Clevelander after he left Michigan. But nonetheless, like the Paolo Banchero physicality, the pushing, the shoving, and the thing that a lot of people are jumping on, right? You saw Darius Garland go up and give him a shoulder, and you saw Isaac Okoro come over and give him a shoulder. There's that and I get that he shoved Mobley, but the pushback to be like, we're not going to let that stand. No. We're not letting that stand. And you'll have pardon the pun, but the rebound off of that and even some more physicality, I'm sure, tonight. But that's why I voted yes on our first Twitter question this morning. Was Saturday's game enough to erase that bad taste? Yeah, I was opening the door. And I wanted to walk through it of this is a completely different Cavs team. There are some players that are here still sure, but that they learned about what it takes to win in the playoffs and the physicality factor. Not more than the win, but damn close, Ryan. It all came back for me that they were physical, that they showed up with a mentality for Saturday's game. We're at home. We're not letting you win this game. And you got contributions from a lot of players. So the other thing I want to talk to people this morning, what was your favorite part of that game on Saturday? Was it the physicality? Was it the fact that Donovan Mitchell looks to be back to Donovan Mitchell form?
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. Then you talk about some of the other guys contributing. I mean, if you really want to get nitpicky about maybe Max Strus having a little bit of off-game shooting, okay, fine. But the fact that you got, 30 from Mitchell, maybe you'd like a little more scoring from Darius Garland, 16 each from Mobley and Jared Allen. Each had the double-double. Allen a beast on the boards. Again, I could get critical about the bench maybe not being all there. Sam Merrill was a little off. you'll need that later in the series. But for game one, to have it come out that you had Donovan Mitchell show up and seem to be to himself, there's not much more I could have wanted out of the game, Ryan. That literally checks so many boxes for me.
It was 1,000% a great game to watch, and then it was a great game because the Cavs won, but I'm not sure you could say anything could really wash the taste out of your mouth other than seeing them actually do get out of the first round, because in the scenario the Cavs do end up dropping the series, God forbid, I mean, nobody's going to be talking about game one. Nobody's going to be caring about how physical they were game one, but it was a great start, and it does instill a lot of confidence in me, and I already was confident before that, but I just don't think anything can wash that taste out of last year until you see them actually advance.
Then you talk about what the Magic did. So Banchero had his 24. There was a conversation. So I know Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com, he quote retweeted Hayden Grove. And I'll tell you this, I love Chris and I love Hayden. I don't think they were arguing, but Chris was just making a point about a tweet that Hayden sent. So I'm paraphrasing here, and I probably should pull Chris's tweet up here. I will. So Hayden sent a tweet about the physicality between Banchero and Evan Mobley. And I do think, because I saw this from some people, when you see Paolo Banchero in person, you're like, holy God. He's 6'10", and he's every bit of that 250. I mean, he is built. He is a very, very, very good player. And the question might be, is Evan Mobley of, little thinner, not quite as built, will he be able to have the strength to take on Paolo Banchero? And there's still, Jared Allen in that. I want to talk about the length of the Magic, which I was really happy to see, because you look over at Isaac and Wendell Carter and then the Wagner twins. You're like, dude, they got like 5 guys that are 6'10". How are you going to deal with that? I thought the Cavs did pretty well with it. But according to Chris, and he pulled this from NBA.com matchup data, when Evan Mobley was defending Paolo Banchero on Saturday, he scored 2 points on 0 of 4 from the field and 0 of 2 from behind the arc, and committed 2 turnovers. That's it. While Evan Mobley was on. So those 2 points are at the free throw line when he fouled him. That was it. So how it watched on TV, which I think seemed pretty equal, stats tell you Evan Mobley locked him down. And it was also something that I talked about last week. Do you adopt the let Banchero get his and you lock everybody else down? Now, you got a perfect storm of Banchero 24, which is fine, which is right about his season average, and again, his season average in the 4 games against the Cavs. You got 18 from Franz. Everybody else, again, they only scored 83 points. Yeah, how that under, which I was like, oh my God, this under, they scored 180 points.
I thought of you when I saw that.
Because what did I guarantee on Friday, Ryan? I said take the over. I love the over. Thank God we didn't put it in our boost. But still, I was slamming the over on that. I thought there was no question. Orlando's offense, not exactly what you thought. And the other thing, you didn't force a lot of turnovers in that game. When you see a low scoring percentage, or scoring point total, I should say, you would think that, oh, you forced a lot of turnovers. No, man, they just didn't shoot. Were they below 35% from the floor? And they were only 21% from beyond the arc. Now, again, Orlando does not shoot and make a lot of threes. And the Cavs, they weren't stellar from beyond the arc either. But it was that mid-range game. It was Donovan Mitchell. I know the game started with a couple of threes. That was really nice to get the crowd into it and get you flowing. But some of my favorite things, seemed to be a really nice recipe from what I saw from the Cavs on dealing with Banchero and what you think the rest of the series is going to be. Now, here comes the adjustments. Here comes the chess match, where if you're talking about what Orlando is going to try to do, Ryan, I think they're just going to clamp on the defense. That's what they do. That's Jamal Mosley's kind of forte, so to speak. That's what he is, a defensive-minded coach. I expect some defensive changes coming from Orlando, and maybe they feel like, all right, we're warming up now. Our offensive game will come back around. So that's another point for tonight. I want to see now how Orlando's going to try to defend the Cavs a little bit differently now, because Donovan was getting to his spots, man. He was getting to his spots. His knee looked good. He was energized. I like it. And also tonight becomes another game, and we put him in our boost. I'm going to watch a little bit more from Jared Allen. I'm going to watch a little from, again, solid games out of those guys, 100%. But tonight might be one of those games of a Darius Garland 25+. This could be a Max Strus type of game for the Cavs. And I think Karis LeVert, who's, really kind of struggled towards the end of the season here. You still led by your star in Donovan Mitchell. I'm just going to look at some other guys tonight to kind of step up. Here's the joy that I have for the Cavs tonight. I'm putting on this, you win tonight, you are winning this series. There's inherent pressure with that, sure. You'll be able to go back to Orlando up 2-0. You put it all back on the Magic. But I'm also just like sitting here so happy about, I want to see how it goes. I want to see what this guy has. I'd like to get some other guys involved, but at the very least, if you just need Donovan to go off for 30 again, I feel like he's good for it. I do.
Yeah, still an absolutely huge game because you don't want to go, even if it's series tied 1-1, and then you're going to Orlando, you don't want to risk dropping one there again and then potentially bring it home. But even if they did in that situation, you would still feel very confident knowing that if there was a Game 7, it would be in Cleveland, but I don't necessarily think it's going to get that far. And in terms of defense, yeah, I mean, you can play as good as defense as you want, but when you're only putting up 83 points on the opposite side, you're not winning an NBA game in today's age. And that's credit to the Cavs. I mean, to limit an opponent to 87 points in today's NBA,
to shoot
that's absurd.
32% from the floor.
And that speaks to the Cavs. And we knew that was one of the Magic's limitations going into the series was their offense. And Donovan Mitchell, we all knew this. It was whether he's going to be 100% healthy. And we got a little bit of evidence that it seems that way. And he is just such an incredible player, by far the best player on the court. And then even you go further than that. Yeah, Paolo was good, but damn, Evan Mobley was good in the first half. Damn, Jared Allen was good in the second half. And Darius Garland here and there. And you mentioned the bench. Yeah, only I think 15 points off the bench, which was fine because we were playing really good defense. But yeah, you're going to have games where you need them to step up. But ultimately, we go as Donovan Mitchell goes, and it was about as good of game one as you could have.
That was it. And I also think about, I was a little worried / wanting to see when Donovan got down in there with the tall guys. And the same thing with Darius Garland. When you're down there, and I'm really kind of wondering about, you're running into all this height. And I got to tell you, I put a lot on that just because I was kind of worried. Ryan, I'm looking at Donovan's shot chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He made 6 shots in the paint on Saturday. He made a 7th from the left elbow just outside of it and splashed 3 threes. So again, the majority of his shots came in the paint. I was worried. I was like, man, you're going to get in there. These guys are going to block these shots. That comes back to the speed. That comes back to, yeah, the play sets, which the other thing I kind of watched on Saturday was Donovan running the point versus some other guys and setting the offense up. And we're all reminded, man, just he's got to run the point. He's got to run the ball.
I need the ball, and Donovan Mitchell's up the court every single time.
He's got to. And he needs his breaks, and I'm fine with Darius here and there. And there was a few times that Garland would bring it up, but then as soon as they get to their half-court set, he's handing it right off to Mitchell. Because you also saw, for a little point of that game, the Magic trying to pressure Donovan right outside that three-point arc to not let him get the ball. And that's where your screens with Allen and Mobley are going to become that much more important to free up Mitchell to get him the ball. He's got to touch that ball early in the shot clock. And then it just sets everything else up. The knee looks good. The speed looks good to get down there and finish downhill. I loved so much of that game on Saturday. So, Ryan, I've been talking about a lot of things I like. Is there anything else from the game on Saturday that you really take away? And we'll take your tweets as well. At Matt Fontana Show, at Ryan Tyler 33. I'm at Matt Fontana 83. Drop us follows across there if you can. And also let us know what was your favorite part of the game on Saturday. Ryan, yours?
Yeah, mine was probably just the distribution of the ball. I mean, all 4 of your starters, minus the Max Strus, over 14 or more points. Garland was the one with 14. But Evan Mobley in that first half was just incredible, both offensively and defensively. It was nice to see him get going early there. And then the second half, you know, a little bit slower on the offensive side, but still just it goes to show every game, if you really watch, you realize just how good Evan Mobley is on defense. And then Jared Allen with 18 rebounds has, again, just been the most consistent player there. That was nice. That was probably my best part of seeing it. Of course, it was led by Donovan Mitchell, and that's how it's going to be. That's how it should be. But it was nice to see other people get involved. Now, you kind of flip that over. Max Strus didn't have a great game, turning the ball over more than we'd like.
I was going to go, what's the negative takeaway? Bro, we still got to cut these turnovers down, man. And that's the thing. You can be positive to say you turned it over 17 times in that game. You still won by 14, and you held them to 83. That would be something. I'm imagining Jamal Mosley's freaking out going, we forced that many turnovers. I don't even know how many points they had off of turnovers in that.
Yeah, like it's all good now. now.
look that up
We
real
won.
quick.
We
Go
won
ahead.
game one. It's all good. But there are going to be moments in the playoffs that you need Max Strus to be that flamethrower. You need Karis LeVert to come off the bench and be that spark igniter. Probably going to be more so if you do get to round 2 against Boston. But those guys are going to be huge. So
How about
you'd
this?
like to see him get a little bit of confidence here in round 1.
We had 18 turnovers, 12 for the Magic. I didn't think they had that many. So I guess it's not that different, but still, you force 18 turnovers. Ryan, they got 18 points off of 18 turnovers. That's not good. That's not a good ratio. You force that many, you should be scoring more. And the way you lost that game on out. So that's the one thing, probably on the negative side, that I would take away. You got to clean it up. All right, Ryan, let's look ahead to tonight. I told you the stat. Again, this goes back a few years, but in the NBA, when you go up 2-0, and both those games are at home for you, 94% chance. 94% of series are won by the team that goes up 2-0, winning their 2 games at home. It is a 5.5-point spread. We'll get to our boost a little bit later with Tipico. We did end up just taking the money line for the Cavs tonight. 5.5 is a little spicy there because my thing is more about what I want to see from Orlando. I kind of expect them to come out with the first punch tonight. And I want the Cavs to capture the momentum. Dude, home court, man, that was... And I had some jackass go, oh, we had home court last year, you clown. Yeah, and you see why it was so bad that we fumbled that away? Do you not see that this is a different team that held that and used that on Saturday to get out to a lead? Yes, I'm well aware that we choked away home court. Saturday's game, you set the tone within the first couple of minutes, and you were off to the races. So tonight, I'd like the same, but I'm kind of in this, like, wait back type of situation, Ryan. I want to see kind of what the Magic have. I kind of want to see what they have going for them for this game on tonight.
I mean, it's certainly that the Magic are the ones that need to focus on adjustments, given that they lost and they only scored 80. What was it? 82 points.
83.
83 points. I mean, that's crazy.
I was trying to look this up quick. They did not lead in that game, did they?
No, because we came out with the 2 threes right away.
The closest that it got was in the first. It was 8-6. Then they got it back to 4 in the third, and then we won. They did not. The Magic did not lead in that game.
Yeah, I believe it.
There you go.
But back to your question, I want the Cavs to come out punching. I want them to come out swinging. I want them to step on their necks. You prove this team. They're young. They were what the Cavs were last year. Now it's their time. And then you take them 2-0 to Orlando, they'll be crapping their pants. Young team, down 2-0 at home. I don't see how they ever come back from that. And I want the Cavs to do that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. All right, we got plenty more for the Cavs coming up. I want to touch on the Guardians. We are into draft week. Ryan, I got a 7-round mock draft from Jordan Reed this morning. We'll get to that coming up. But before we move on, I want to go around the league. Let's go. I don't know. You have any music behind this a little bit? Just something? Anything? Send me a bed.
You want to do it right now, you're saying?
Yeah. You want to do it now?
Sure.
All right, let's do it now. We're going to go around the NBA right now. I want to touch on every single series that we saw. Game 1's in the book. Ryan's got the games. Let's talk a little bit about it. Ryan, take away around the NBA playoffs.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, round 1 kicked off Saturday. We talked a lot about our Cavaliers, but let's go to the West here, Matt. The Timberwolves, they outlast the Suns. They actually crushed them 120-95. Anthony Edwards shows up big, as he usually did. And, Matt, your Suns don't look as good as they should.
I was watching that game on Saturday with my buddies, and I'm just like, there's something about the Suns. There's something that I keep thinking about the Suns. They were getting smoked in that game, utterly smoked. I think I'm ready to admit, I think the Suns blow. Yeah. I actually think they really suck.
Devin Booker, man.
That was it. That was it. 31 from Durant in that game. You got 18 from Booker.
Beal, what's he done?
What's Grayson Allen done? He had 4 points. They gave him $70 million.
Okay, but he's defensive and he's their 4th best, supposed to be like their 4th, 5th best player.
Maybe they don't have enough. And then for the Timberwolves, yeah, you got 33 from Anthony Edwards, and then they just beat him down with Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. I truly did not see that coming. And now, I mean, very clearly, this is on Minnesota now that they should be able to win this series on out. I have no faith that the Suns are going to be back in this. There were times when the Suns just looked like lost or tired. Something. I shouldn't put as much faith in the Suns as I have. I've learned my lesson. I apologize. Tipico has won some money from me on that. And I've learned my lesson. It is now all the Timberwolves. Here we go.
All right, Matt, back to the East. The Knicks, they outduel the 76ers as they go up 1-0, despite Joel Embiid dropping 29, Tyrese Maxey, game-high 33. What did it for the Knicks was off the bench, McBride, 21 points. He paced the Knicks with Jalen Brunson and Jalen Hart both scoring 22.
That's kind of my thing is that sustainable for the Knicks? Is it? And that was, I don't want to say the best game on Saturday, because obviously I loved the Cavs game, and we'll get to the Nuggets and Lakers in a second, but I kind of watched that game thinking the 76ers, you could still take away a win. Like, you feel semi-confident that you were still in that game. Bro, they put up 12 points in the second quarter. 12! What the hell was that? So if you're the 76ers, you go, all right, we have had a long season. Embiid injury. He's still, I know going off for 29 is all great. He still doesn't look all that right. You need some of your other guys to show up. Of course, Batum was not going to be able to have a bounce-back game after that huge play-in tournament game that he had and all that. I still think that's a close series. Of all the games that I have that I'm trying to make a definitive statement on, that is one that I still feel like the 76ers might take it to Philly. And that, or I'm sorry, the 76ers might take it to the Knicks a little bit and still be a close series there. Not dead and burying that one. I think if for Philly, you say, hey, man, that was just a poop second quarter. We get some other guys to show up. We're still in this series. I still got
Sixers and 7.
I still like the Sixers in that series. I do as well. And, yeah, for the Knicks, again, Brunson, Hart, fine. Like I said, are you really going to get that off McBride and Bogdanovich off the bench? Are you going to get that every single night? I don't know. The one in that is probably Dante DiVincenzo. They're going to need him to score a little bit more. Anunoby on the defensive side, trying to limit some a little bit of the 76ers. I'm not dead and buried on that series yet, but nice win for the Knicks to start it out.
Well, Matt, the Nuggets, they go up 1-0 against the Lakers, and the Lakers did, in fact, have the lead at halftime. Anthony Davis goes off for 32, as well as Nikola Jokic. LeBron, 27, 6, and 8. But LeBron and role players, I should say, just didn't have enough as the Nuggets go up 1-0.
That one's done. That one's done. That was the best shot the Lakers had, really. I think they played the best game that they possibly could have. You saw the Nuggets just kind of wait it out. And that's the thing about Denver, which is why I think they're so sneaky. Yeah, Jokic gets all that attention as he rightly should. It's Michael Porter Jr., it's Aaron Gordon, it's Jamal Murray. I mean, they have 4, and then, again, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Holiday, who I know didn't have a great game. They are so stacked. Denver truly is 5 and 6 deep. I think we're on a collision course of them and the Celtics. Them and the Celtics in the finals. That's where I think we're at. That's bad news for the Lakers. I think that was their best shot. I don't want to say their last gaps because it just started, but now Denver's going to be on the hunt to get some rest too and get swept on out of this or a gentleman's sweep. I think it's done. There's no way the Lakers coming back in that series. Mark my words.
I can't count
Mark my words. Mark my words. It's over, buddy.
All right. Well, mentioning the Celtics, they were the first game of round 1 on Sunday. They cruised to a 114-94 victory. Jason Tatum leads the way with the triple-double. And, Matt, this one really wasn't ever really close.
It was not even. And the Heat are done. I mean, yeah, you can try with Bam and Tyler. They're fried. Without Jimmy Butler, they have no hope. That Heat culture, all that kind of stuff, they're done. Celtics just on cruise control right now. The thing is, for Boston, take care of business. If they try to slip, then you're going to have a problem. I think they're motivated to get more time off. That's done. Done and done. Don't even worry about it.
All right, Matt. Well, the Clippers get the best of the Mavericks, as the Mavericks don't have much going for them on offense. Just 8 points there for the Mavericks in the second quarter. It was all the Luka show. Outside of that, the Clippers, Paul George 22, Zubac 20, James Harden 28. They cruise to a 1-0 lead.
Without Kawhi. That's a bonus win there for the Clippers. Now, again, I assume that they would then sit him tomorrow, too. Because if you told me that you were going to sit Kawhi Leonard and at worst be 1-1 going back to L.A. Or no, it was in L.A. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. No. I keep forgetting the Clippers are a higher seed than the Mavericks. What I'm saying is, if you were going to sit Kawhi and tell me that you could have a chance to be 1-1 and still maybe a really good chance to be 2-0, I think they're going to do that. Again, that series is not done. That was the one that I was most excited to see. I thought that would be, of all the playoff games and all the playoff series, the most competitive one. Clippers really showed me something, man. And then I just go back to the Mavericks. I think they're head cases. I really think it's, Luka, who they announced the MVP finalist, and he's in it with Jokic and Shai. Who else, man? And Kyrie again, but if you're not going to, you realize, okay, so here's where I look. You talked about the depth that I went with the Nuggets. You realize the Mavericks really only have Kyrie and Luka. And even when they combine for 64 points, it's still not going to be enough. Might be a tough go. Might be a real tough go. I think that series is not over yet, but the Clippers are showing me just a little bit there, especially without Kawhi. I thought that was a really solid win for them.
No Giannis, no problem for Milwaukee. Damian Lillard goes off for 35 in the first half. They cruise 109-94 over Indiana. Matt Pascal Siakam dropped 36, but that was nowhere near enough to tame Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, that's another, you feel the best shot that the Pacers had was trying to catch this one. You cannot have Tyrese Halliburton scoring 9 points. You just cannot have that.
Dude, tell me why I read an article today on ESPN Plus that they had Tyrese as a better... They ranked all the top 25 players in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And they had Tyrese over Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
I was like, do you watch
all
basketball?
All right. I mean, I guess maybe Donovan coming off of the injury, but
still, Tyrese was awful
no.
in the second half.
No. They're cooked. They get a nice participation trophy. Pacers, Heat without Jimmy Butler. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. And that's where we're at exactly at this point.
Well, Matt, this was just one of 2 games in round 1 that was decided by single-digit points. In fact, it was the closest one. OKC just barely outlasts the Pelicans 94-92. CJ McCollum attempted to win it on a 3, but he failed. Shai leads the way with 28 points, and the Thunder are up 1-0.
I think that was more about the Thunder. Did that game not kind of look like an inexperienced young team? Because the Pelicans... Valanciunas and CJ McCollum, that's where they're going to have to put all their eggs. Oh, best of luck.
Oh,
good luck.
Was that an intentional pun?
What?
So that's where they have to lay their eggs? Because they're the Pelicans?
No, but well done. Thank you. Good call. Good catch. No, I did not mean to do that at all. But I will take it. Well done. Thank you, Ryan. No, I think that said more to me about Oklahoma City trying to find their way just a little bit and understand what the playoffs are all about. You need Holmgren to show up a little bit more, but still, I don't feel, and it's tough again because it's really the first time for this team. Did you see that graphic they put up in the Lakers game, by the way, of LeBron's career playoff minutes, and he trumps like 4 teams, and one of them, LeBron is like 15,000 or something playoff minutes. The Oklahoma City Thunder have barely 2,000 as a team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As a team, and LeBron's got that.
That's why I'm not buying them at all.
I don't believe it either. I don't. And that was a little learning experience there. Same thing. I feel like the Pelicans, that was their best shot. You're not getting Zion back, it sounds like, at all for this. So, again, a participation trophy there for the New Orleans Pelicans. Appreciate you showing up. But that's about it.
All right, Matt. Well, we got 3 games tonight as Game 2 kicks off. Clearly, our Cavaliers and Magic are up first.
We'll
at
set
7.
that one aside. Yes,
Cleveland opens up
Cavs,
as a 5.5-point favorite, followed by the 76ers, Knicks, New York, a 4.5-point favorite. And the late game, Lakers get another chance at the Nuggets, but Denver is a heavy 7.5-point favorite tonight.
You want to do the trends later? Let me do some of my trends. Let me get some of my trends pulled up. Morning update, maybe I'll give you my picks for tonight in these games. And I will say this, I wasn't upset, but I was like, man, 1 o'clock. It actually kind of worked out. We didn't have to wait.
I liked it.
You were right. Now, tonight we got a 10 o'clocker. We're 7, NBA TV, Bally's. Just go to Bally's. TNT 7:30, and then we'll have the Lakers Nuggets at 10. I think that's perfect. I love that. I think that's absolutely perfect for tonight. So again, the Cavs kick things off. Got a lot more wine and gold I want to talk about. Our Twitter questions are up at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a file there. Your favorite thing about the game on Saturday? Was Saturday's game enough to erase that bad taste from last year? And your preview for tonight. Call your shot for tonight. We'll get to all that coming up. But we're going to turn our attention to the Guardians a little bit. And I've got a 7-round mock draft. It is draft week. Doesn't feel like it, right? Because you don't have the first round pick, but that's all right. We'll get into some of the picks. I'm diving, Ryan. I'm doubling down.
When are we doing one? Our mock.
We going to do a Wednesday?
Sure.
Probably should do a Wednesday. You want to do a first round one?
Yeah, 2 to 3.
Well, do you want to go to 54?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go to 54. We'll do that on Wednesday's show. We'll do that on Wednesday. We get geared up for the draft.
We'll do 4 rounds. 3 rounds. It goes so fast. All you do is pick the Browns.
Oh, I thought you meant we pick every single pick.
No. Like we do a Browns one.
Oh, okay. Like on a simulator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that all. We can do that today. Then we'll do it all live long day.
No.
Want to do it every day until we get to the draft on Thursday?
Until we get Ladd, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. You pull the simulator up. We'll do that when we return. But I do have Jordan Reed, ESPN, 7-round mock. The difference of not having a first-round pick, and I'm further entrenched on 2 things that I feel about this draft coming up. We'll get to that all right here. Fontana Show, right here on Big Play. Folks, Tipico is where it's at. The betting of the playoffs is so much fun. The promotion they have going on right now, you place a $100 same-game parlay on any game. There's some minimum odds. There's some terms and conditions. Check it out in Tipico. Folks, you can get a bet credit for every 3-point shot made in that game. We got the boosts, which are aplenty, man. Our boosts are going to be posted very, very soon. But I was just looking this morning. Even before ours got posted for the Cavs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different boosts just for the Cavs game tonight. Plus ours that's still going to get posted here. You want Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, 10 rebounds each, plus 181.
That would have hit game 1, right?
Oh, yeah, they had 18 and 11, I think, something like that.
Jared had 18, yeah.
How about some threes from our guys? George Niang, Max Strus.
Gotta see it.
Okay. Do you feel like they'll each hit 2?
No, I would say
that's
Strus.
plus 328. I think I might put $5 on that. My money, Ryan. I'll do as I please.
All right.
Logging in. Done. Sorry. Face ID. Send the code. Gotta stay safe there. Gotta stay safe. All right, we're in. Code's in. I think I'm gonna put $5 on that. $5 to win 21. Niang Strus hit some threes here. That's where it's at, folks. Then the cashback rewards, too. I'm on the homepage right here in Tipico. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Homepage right here. I go right up. Folks, I'm on my way for my cashback on my parlays, cashback on the straights, the unlocked rewards. Now, again, these change for everybody, but here's some of the available promotions going on right now. The imperfect parlay. Do a 3-leg imperfect parlay for tonight. Three's Company. Here it is what I was talking about. Wager 100 or more on an NBA playoff game and earn $1 for every 3-point shot made in that game. You're feeling good about a bet? Place it on right there. You got baseball. Earn a $25 bet credit if a grand slam is hit in a game that you bet on. It's all there, folks. Triple threat. Bet on a game with 33 or more 3 points made, get an extra $10 bet credit right there on Tipico. Promotions, the rewards, it's so great. And it's so easy at Tipico. They are the best in the industry when it comes to the cashback rewards. It's so easy to see, and it's cashback. It's not some stupid token to turn this in for this or that. They want your money back. You want to be able to be rewarded for betting with Tipico? Do it. Use that code Fontana100. You have not signed up yet. You want to get in on the action for the NBA playoffs? Do it with Tipico. Code Fontana100 for new customers. Deposit and bet $25 on whatever game you want. As soon as that game ends, you get $100 of bonus credits right in your account. You can be betting all week long here on the NBA playoffs. NHL playoffs going on. Tell me you just shouldn't go with the guards? Ride the guards. You're going to be doing just fine with Tipico. Terms and conditions apply. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's all there with our friends at Tipico. Get betting. Boy, did I have a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun this weekend with some of the wagers. We'll get it going. All right, let's catch a break. When we come back, talk some Browns, draft, guards. All coming your way next. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You know, I saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
we were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds.
The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds.
If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Guards! Man, those A's are not good. But nonetheless, you still got the win. Talking Guardians. There it is. Welcome back, Fontana Show, right here on Big Play. Streaming Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, at Matt Fontana Show. Just search it there, and you'll be able to find where we're at. Dude, this Guardians team is so much fun. This Guardians team is so much fun. That being said, I actually just got a tweet from John Morosi about the Guards. Right now, Josh Naylor ranking third in the AL in OPS. They have the second best bullpen ERA in all of baseball. That is the one that I did not see coming.
And I would like to know if you have the number on this, not to put you on the spot. I would like to know how many innings their bullpen has thrown compared to the other teams.
Well, you have been tweeting that about
they've had to get tested early and often.
They have not had a guy go 7 innings yet, right?
I'm counting. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, waiting for it to happen. We know some good updates on Gavin Williams and all that. Josh Naylor. The groundswell is on for this team to sign him to an extension right now.
Hunger strike until he gets signed. Hunger strike.
I'm not joining you on that. I'm starving, actually. But
Dome or Josh Naylor extension?
Josh Naylor extension.
People are asking.
Josh Naylor extension.
By people, I mean me.
By you. That's fine. It's provocative. It gets the people going.
Actually, I kind of want to tweet that. Dome or Josh Naylor extension. If
you can only have one. If the Haslams could send some money over to the Dolan.
People would be nuts.
Well, no, the problem is then you're just going to rile up the anti-Dolan people out there, and then people are just bitching and counting money over there.
I'm going to tweet that.
Yeah, you do what you want. Yeah, that's fine. You do that. You can only have one. Would you rather spend $500 million on Josh Naylor or see Shohei Ohtani? How's that go? And you know me on Josh Naylor.
A dome's never made me want to run through a brick wall before.
Do you think it was a little lowbrow when he started banging his head with the bat?
No, because I was there and I got a front row seat to it.
Oh, it was pretty
cool. At the game.
There you go. Nice. There you go.
And my buddy, because of that home run, my buddy smacked a greaser, $550.
Woo! That's a nice little cash at
on
that
his birthday.
game.
On his birthday.
Well, then that's happy birthday to your buddy. Well done. The hitting with the helmet, and you saw that first baseman for the A's kind of turn, and I almost wanted to be like, bro, shut up. You guys, and I feel bad because there's a decorum to baseball. Baseball is the old school sport and the respect, and I fully expected Naylor to get thrown at after that, and I mean, that kind of just tells you where the A's are at. Dude, he is raking right now. He is seeing the ball so well. And the two things, I guess the lineup I was not so kind of worried about, but the bullpen. So the one thing that I thought we'd be all right at is the starters, and don't get me wrong, they're scrapping and they're finding their way, but of like hitting, bullpen, I guess defense, which has been fine, couple errors here and there, but that's fine. But like, again, of the four pillars of a team, starting pitching, bullpen, defense, and hitting, the one thing that I thought would never be last on my level of concern, I guess my most concern, is the starting pitching. The hitting is great. The bullpen is fantastic.
Oh, it's not even a question that's the biggest concern.
So that's what I never thought we'd be there. Now, again, injuries have put you there. And this McKenzie stuff, which I know everybody's kind of waiting for that to happen, all that. But if you can win the other way and you keep hitting, baseball, they want you to be that way. It's a little like football with the passing. They want runs, they want scoring, they want all that. It's not that the rules, but again, they got rid of the shift because they want it that way. Guardians are finding their way. And I think they're starting to steal a few more bases here. They're starting to manufacture the type of runs that I want to see. But, dude, Josh Naylor is finally providing what we've all wanted, is a true middle-of-the-lineup threat. And I loved what Stephen Vogt said this weekend. He goes, Josh Naylor is not a power hitter. He's just a really good hitter that happens to have some power. He's finally showing up to the level. I'll tell you this, why I was kind of down on Josh Naylor at a point was because I didn't know if I could consider him one of the best power hitters in baseball, or if I really could consider him that true middle-of-the-order threat. Hi, Matt Fontana. I'll shut the fuck up now. I will shut up. I'm done. Josh, thank you. I can't shut up because we have another hour and a half of the show to go, but I'll shut up. Well done, bro. Well done. And then that frees everybody else up. Then let's talk a little Will Brennan, Tyler Freeman.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready.
Well, okay, the thing is, and I hate to beat this dead horse, and it is the lowest hanging of all piñatas out there, that in 3 years, Miles Straw had 3 home runs, and those guys have 3 and 2 this year already.
No, I mean, they've been serviceable at the worst. I'm not.
Brennan with that nice little catch yesterday too.
I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to complain about it. It's just I still have the feeling we're on a ticking time till DeLauder and Manzardo get up here. Manzardo first.
Well, Manzardo, he's another one. But and I like Tom Withers' tweet about this yesterday too. The Guardians' start has been able to calm that.
Yeah,
and I understand that Antonetti and Chernoff, there's still a service time thing, and I never wanted them. You know, prospects, when it's a young player like that, you got to think about the mental side of it, too. You don't want a guy to come up and get smoked by Major League pitching.
Jackson Holiday.
God bless you. And then you start questioning it, and even if you got to send him back down, there's a psyche element there. And it's not every prospect that pulls a Bryce Harper, that goes through the minor leagues in a year and a half, and then they're up there and they never go back down. I understand that's why he's one of the best players in baseball. But for Manzardo, who's a little more on the forefront, I think, than DeLauder, even though, DeLauder had the spring that he did. Manzardo's right there. The thing is, and I say this respectively, I don't want to see him up here right. I don't need him. I'm fine with Brennan and Freeman, even Laureano, and I know Florial, okay, fine. You're finding your way. And you don't want to bring him up just to bring him up. Injuries will happen, so we'll see how that goes. Just keep raking down there, man. Just keep raking in AAA, and we'll call you up when the time is right. There's still service time manipulation. But the thing is, you're holding him off, for the people, and I don't think people are this way, which is nice. Focus on the team. Like, there isn't this big people sitting out there with signs, bring up Manzardo. Like, we need to fix this. You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Now, I would be lying to you if I didn't say that there is, I don't want to say who, but somebody that I know that knows baseball. This is not somebody that's just some off-the-rails type of person. They were like, and I'll tell you, I don't want to name names, but this person is a realist. When I say that they are the ultimate baseball realist, you come back to say that it is the A's, and they are a very lowly team.
Don't care.
I don't. It's not me. It's buddy of mine. But anyway, you did what you were supposed to do. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You beat them. The other thing I thought was interesting this weekend, the lineup changes here. Little Gabriel Arias at third. You can DH Jose a little bit. Arias hitting Rocchio. Stephen Vogt. What a start, man.
Yeah.
Let's not lose sight of all of what he's been able to do as well. Managerial decisions like pitching and lineup and all that. And I know today's day and age, for those that don't know, and even Terry was this way, the analytics people kind of hint at what the lineup should be today. They kind of hint because they look at the pitcher, they look at again, they just crunch all these numbers. They're like a little suggestion. And Terry would look at that. he wouldn't always follow it, but sometimes his lineup matched up to what that wasn't great, but he'd also just take a look at it. Same thing happens with Stephen Vogt. But the lineup change have been great. Getting Jimenez back to the top of the lineup, great idea. Now he has to hit, and he thankfully has come back to the form of what they paid for before last year. Last year was just kind of a down year, fine. But he's back. Quan is still a beast. Jose, I mean, you just got it all working for you right now, where you haven't had to put Stephen Vogt in a bad situation. Yeah. What would people, even at a point if it went bad, what? Lineup changes, a bad replay decision here and there? Dude, Stephen Vogt's off to an amazing start, and I think that gives him confidence to prove that what he's doing and his kind of take on the job. Every guy's going to have their little take on how they're going to approach a job. It's telling Stephen Vogt, bro, you're doing just fine, man. You are doing just fine on everything that's going on. Just keep it rolling. They got the off day today, which is nice, and then they're back into it. We know they got some big series coming up. Again, I know the Astros blow, but you're going to take a look at the Braves coming up here a little bit. See what you got with
that'll
them.
be interesting.
It's going to be fun.
That'll tell a lot.
It's going to be fun.
It's still early. It's time.
It's going to be fun.
Overreaction month. But I was having this debate with my buddy about, do the Guardians right now have the scariest top 4 hitters in the MLB right now?
Oh,
and he still came back and he talked about the Yankees, and I get it. But right now, Stephen Kwan, Jimenez, Josh Naylor, and Jose Ramirez. And Jose Ramirez isn't even what he's going to be in a month or two.
Here's what I like about it, right? When you talk about Kwan is a true leadoff hitter.
He's insane.
He fits that role.
He's unbelievable.
Jimenez is a perfect 2 hitter. He hits for average and can steal bases like Kwan can. Jose Ramirez, frankly, should never leave the 3 spot. The 3 is always meant to be your true best hitter. That is him, and now you have a power threat at 4. Because, bro, I don't know about Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman as a 1, 2, 3. And then it's either Will Smith and then Teoscar Hernandez. Like, that's the Dodgers. That's pretty damn good.
Well, yeah.
A Yankee starting lineup from yesterday. Volpe, who was at one point leading the league in hitting. Soto, Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, you're 1 through 5.
I get it, and that's name value, though. Look at the numbers.
I know, but I wouldn't want to pitch that.
That's also you get when you pay your top 4 players $1 billion.
Oh, yeah, I get it. That's 100%. They paid for it. That's kind of where they're at. We'll see. I want to flip over to some NFL before we get to the morning update. We'll get into hour 2 as well. Got a lot coming up with that. But we are in a draft week. And obviously, it's going to be different without any first-round picks. That's the difference for Browns fans. But still at 54, man, I'm going to say it today. I'm going to say it all week. I'm further entrenched. It's wide receiver or bust for me at 54. 100%.
I don't think you put it on that,
Matt. It's wide receiver or bust for me.
I don't think you put it on that.
It's got to be all wide receiver. It's got to be all wide receiver. And I was flipping through some other mocks. Shout out to John Costco. They ran through one. I saw Jack Duffin retweet this as well. They did an all-trade mock. And John was able to finagle you getting an offensive tackle in the 2nd round and still getting Malachi Corley in the 3rd round.
That's not going to happen.
I don't think so either. But still, I need a wide receiver at some point. And 54 is continuing to where I lean. So that's number 1 on the things that I'm entrenched in for this week. Do you want to know the other thing I'm entrenched with this week? I don't think they're picking at 54. I don't think they're picking at 54.
Trading back?
Or up. And a lot of people want to talk about Andrew Berry and how aggressive that he's been.
How far?
I think 10 spots. I think 10 spots could do it. Now, who might be there or not? I'll listen to your Lad McConkey, bro. I'm all for Lad coming here.
How do they get there?
Package a couple of picks. I'm just starting to get the feel
No
that...
players? No players?
No players.
No,
No,
I mean?
I know what you mean. I'm not jumping back on the Greg Newsom thing. I'll watch it this week. You never know. But I'm just saying, I've always felt like the Browns are built and they're ready to go. You don't need all these picks. So package a couple, kind of move up, and let's see how it goes. So now we get to Jordan Reed's mock draft. And Jordan did trades in his mock for 257 picks. That's insane. Okay, number 1, Caleb Williams. Number 2, hang on. Why do I gotta, every time I gotta log back in, man. Log in.
Can I just say I can't wait for this draft to be over?
Why?
Like, don't get me wrong. I love the draft. I love the time around it. I'm so excited, even though the Browns don't have a first-round pick. But I'm so done with hearing about Caleb Williams and his pre-draft process. And I'm so done seeing J.J. McCarthy now getting talked about, maybe getting picked second.
So here's the thing. I was actually going to bring this up. Did you see what some anonymous NFL head coaches said about Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to
No.
the Redskins.
They
Or
said-
Commanders, excuse me.
Well, no, that's not. They view him as maybe even a better prospect than Lamar Jackson. There are some people, and I get it. It's silly season.
Well, coming out of
But
college,
they
yeah.
said that there are people in this draft, legitimate sources and people that cover the draft, they think he's a better prospect than Caleb Williams because they said he's got the skills of Lamar Jackson, but he's even a better passer than Lamar was coming out.
Well, yeah.
I get it. It's crazy season. Lamar Jackson's an MVP, 2-time MVP.
Like, I'm not, if you told me in 10 years who is having a better career, Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams, I'm not going to sit here and act like I was being blown out of my shoes.
He's all the way up here, man. Like, Caleb Williams is all the way up here for what the expectations are for him. It's the betting favorite would be that he doesn't live up to them just because they're so high. But the smoke on Jaden Daniels, and you also had a lot of the GMs do their pre-draft availability. And the Patriots basically saying, like, yeah, we're probably not trading out of 3. What was the other one that I heard or that I saw? Oh, it was a lot of the Jets, that they might actually prefer to take a tackle over a receiver and or Brock Bowers. And again, it's crazy time right now. There's a lot of misinformation getting leaked out on purpose, but it's just you try to connect the dots on this. So we start again at the top. 7-round mock here from Jordan Reed. He's got Caleb Williams going 1. He's got Jaden Daniels going 2. He's got Drake May going 3 to the Patriots. He has the Cardinals staying at 4 and taking Marvin Harrison Jr. He's got the Chargers staying at 5 to take Joe Alt. Malik Neighbors goes 6 to the Giants. Rome goes to the Titans at 7. Here come the Vikings up to 8 with the Falcons to take J.J. McCarthy. Bowers does go 10 to the Jets. Then the Eagles trade up to the Broncos at 12. So the Broncos say no to Bo Nix, no to Michael Penix. They give it to the Eagles so they can come get Taron Arnold, the corner out of Alabama. They need some defensive help there with the Eagles. What I'm looking for is other quarterbacks in the first round. Steelers trade up for a tackle. Ryan, in Jordan Reed's mock draft, the next one, Denver falls to 22, and they still get Bo Nix.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, nobody's really outside of your first, those 8. I mean, who else needs a quarterback? You might as well.
Yeah. Here's one that makes you feel good. Kansas City Chiefs trade up to 24 to take a Donnie Mitchell wide receiver out of Texas. Now, that's good for you because a lot of people have Kansas City as a spot for Ladd McConkey. End of the first round we go. Xavier Worthy is off the board. Into the second round we go. Carolina does not take a wide receiver at 33.
Nice.
Patriots take Keon Coleman at 34. 37, LA Chargers, Ladd McConkey, wide receiver, Georgia. Legit off the board at 39. Penix goes 44 to the Raiders. A lot of Michael Penix to the Raiders, which I actually think would be a really good pick there. Troy Franklin goes 48. Jalen Polk goes 49. Roman Wilson goes 51. And at 54, your Cleveland Browns select Michael Hall Jr., Ohio State defensive tackle. That's not crapping on Michael Hall.
Yeah.
I don't need a D tackle. Jordan writes, the Browns are finally on the clock, and I could see them targeting an explosive interior defensive lineman. Hall's pass rush repertoire is fantastic, and he consistently creates disruption with his effective first step. No.
He wouldn't play a snap,
No.
man.
Dude, you still got Ika sitting there doing a whole bunch of nothing. And I get that this draft might truly be project guys. Because here I am, right? Here I am sitting. The Browns roster is set. Your 22 starters, I actually think are good. You're not changing any of that, right? A debate on tackle like Wills, Conklin, Dwan Jones, I get it. Your 22 starters are borderline set in stone. So with that, you could do one of two things. trade some picks away, get some future, assets and things like that, or you draft project guys to say you ain't going to play this year anyway. And maybe that'd be Michael Hall. Here's your receivers on the board left after. Ricky Pearsall goes 61. Malachi Corley goes 62. All right, I'm just going to run through the rest of the Browns picks here because, again, he's got Michael Hall being the first pick there at 54. 85, Javon Foster, offensive tackle, Missouri. The Browns were decimated by injuries last year, and multiple starters were sidelined. How about some insurance, especially with Jed Wills only signed for one more season? Foster has 41 starts worth of collegiate experience. Just a quick Google, 6'5", 319. He's a true tackle out of Missouri. Next up for the Browns, we go down to round number 5, 156. Taj Washington, wide receiver, USC. Ryan, this is the second mock I've seen in a week that has us taking Taj Washington late in the draft as a wide receiver out of USC. I don't think that sufficed my wide receiver thirst, but we'll see. Then we go down to round 6, 206, Isaiah Davis, running back, South Dakota State. Round 7, Jordan McGee, linebacker, Temple, and Evan Williams, a safety out of Oregon. So again, a D lineman, an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, running back, safety, linebacker. I actually don't mind that mix of players. I just would like the receiver to go there at 54.
That's why it wasn't wide receiver bust for me, because we mentioned these guys are going to be projects. Outside of if it was a receiver, the best case scenario is you're fighting as probably the 4th, maybe the 3rd, depending on how Elijah Moore does, but he's still going to play a lot more than like Tillman. So that's why for me it's not receiver bust, because you're not necessarily having a guy coming in to make an immediate impact. And that's what happens when you don't have a first-round pick, but that also further displays the state of the Browns and how loaded they are. Not loaded, but how steady they are in every position for the starting 22. Like if you drafted, let's say they drafted Malachi Corley, okay?
Okay.
You would imagine he's just sitting, but him and Tillman would be the 4th they'd split.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not wide receiver bust for me, but I don't really. It's not a bad pick, a D tackle. It's just, it kind of would be, I don't want to say annoying, but just, it just wouldn't get people excited. But that's not what the draft is really for.
You know what? I'm looking it up right now. Your guy Ladd at 37. Okay. That's in Jordan Reed's mock. That's where he had Ladd McConkey going. I found a draft pick calculator. I don't know. There could be zero legitimacy to this. I have no idea. But I found a draft pick calculator. If I wanted to get to 37, 54, and 85, would you give up your 2nd and 3rd round picks to go up and get Ladd McConkey?
I mean, you know my answer.
I know you would. Can I try it with 156? Okay, that does not work. What if I did 156 and 206? It's still not really in the realm. You'd have to give up your 2 and your 3 to go up and get Ladd at 37 if you really, really wanted him.
I would.
I know you would. I know you would.
Would you?
I mean, again, it comes back to, I don't think you need all these picks. So if you're either going to trade him away for future assets or go make I guess you're consolidating at that point, right? Instead of taking 3 or 4 guys, you're just going to take the one that you really fit. Now, the question does come back, do the Browns... Okay, here's the other thing on the receiver. Do they think that their cupboard is going to be bare next year? Because there's a world that you start next season with just Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, David Bell. Elijah Moore, gone.
Very true.
Amari Cooper, gone. If they felt like that is a more than plausible reality, you got to go take a receiver at 50 or even move up to go get somebody that can be a playmaker. If Andrew Berry feels semi-confident that he's going to get a deal done with Amari Cooper, then you're not making that pick. And that's, again, how I'm going to watch the draft. And it's probably, I'm comparing apples to oranges on this. But if you see the Browns be uber aggressive to go to get a receiver, that probably tells you they don't feel like Amari Cooper's in their future plans. Vice versa, they're staying pat. They maybe even take a defensive tackle. tells you, hey, we're working on this deal here with Amari Cooper to keep him around. I still think Amari Cooper's got good football left. And if you told me that the next 3 seasons, which would require another deal for Cooper, but if you told me for the next 3 years, your 1-2 is going to be Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, with David Njoku, with said Tillman still evolving, and then again, still maybe even add me a draft pick next year or even this year, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. But if they feel like Cooper's going to ask too much or they feel like his best football is behind him, then they're going to be making some moves here.
I'd love to know how they feel about Cedric Tillman. Like, if I could just know how
That's
they
another
feel,
great question.
if they're confident in his development.
That's another
if
good
they
one.
Saw some good things they liked last year. I mean, I
Right.
know that was a stink on Cedric Tillman was all the what appeared to be miscommunications with Joe Flacco.
Right, but you and I sitting here wondering about just watching limited play. They get practice. They know what was meant to be run. I'll tell you this, and you're right. You're talking about some of those miscommunications with Flacco. If I could really just be, I don't want to say a smart ass, but he was open. You know, like there are times that I see Sad Tillman getting open. So if it's a little bit just of nuance of finding his spot or getting that chemistry down with his quarterbacks, I'm down for that conversation. The Browns know that, though. You're right. No matter what, you and I can guess on this and wonder. The Browns had that idea at Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
I'm not describing. You're right. Neither one of us in the show are throwing him away by any stretch of the imagination. But that's, I think, what the Browns do coming up on Friday night. It's going to tell you kind of where they sit with some of this stuff. And this week, they're running through. Here's the cool thing, and this is why I just love the draft, because the other question is, like, how excited are you if you draft? You can't not get me excited about the draft, because you know what this week is? Andrew Berry's on the horn with all these teams, and he's preparing for these moves. When you get on the clock, that's not when you start making phone calls to work a trade deal. You got a list of these things ready to go, and vice versa. There's a list of teams that talk to Andrew Berry about what it would cost to get up to 54. And for Andrew Berry to get up to 37, to get up to 41 or whatever, he's got relationships. He's calling these teams. Hey, would it take this pick? Oh, you want this pick? This pick? Okay, fine. And then when you're on the clock, depending on who's falling where, you get on the horn and you make your calls. The one thing, will there be a guy, and we don't know this, there's no way for us to know this, is there a guy that Andrew Berry's just smitten with? Is there a guy that he sees that he has just fallen in love? Like Ryan has for Ladd. Is there a guy that Andrew Berry just loves? You won't say that to anybody because then you lose your draft, your negotiation power and all this. But is there somebody that he's staring at that if that guy falls in the 40s, that Andrew Berry's going to be making that move to go on up? I love it, man. I'm so excited for the draft. First round on Thursday will kind of be like, yeah, you want to see some interest. Again, the interest on Thursday, which we'll talk a lot about as we get closer to it, right? You want to see Bo Nix go in the first round. You want to see Michael Penix somehow get up there because then it's more guys falling back down to you.
I just did a little research. So I know Ladd McConkey was 84 in college. There's no Browns player with 84 right now.
Oh, good. All right. Well, that's just a nice little...
When he does get drafted to the Browns,
I know
I can order my custom 84 McConkey jersey. What are you looking at?
To see if the Browns retire that number.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Good call.
No, you're good.
I'm good.
Retired numbers, 14, 32, 45, 46, and 70.
So I got to imagine he's probably going to go 84 again then.
When they get him here, sure, yeah. If he gets here. It's
I'll
good, right? I like that. It's a good receiver. Was that Joe Jaravish's number? I think it was.
Wasn't that AB?
It was Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Now blocked by Caitlin Clark. Good for her, by the way.
See that.
Good for her. Good for her. All right, we got a lot with the morning update. We got more NBA playoffs. So get geared up for the games tonight. Let's go. Rumor has it here, big play, we're going to go with the anti-Mo Wagner boost here. We got a boost that Reflog's going to put out. It's all under for Mo Wagner. You know what I'd really like? I'm going to take that because we support here at Big Play. And we appreciate, and by the way, I appreciate everybody out there that jumps on our boost. I really do. It means a lot to us. We want you to win. We place these boosts. Ryan and I put our own money on this. We create these. We want to win. We want you to win. But I know there's a lot of people that tail our boosts out there, so I appreciate that very much. So I'm jumping on our anti-Mo Wagner one. Wouldn't it be fun, though, if he got into the game and then he got ejected?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because then he was in the game. Pull a Jonte Porter on it. He's in the game, so it still cashes, and then get his ass thrown out. Let's go, folks. It's going to be a great night. Absolutely great night for the Cavs. Guardians are off, but folks, we got you covered here on Big Play. Monday, always one of our biggest days. We start 9 to 11. Then we have the Big Play Cleveland show with Dane Brugler tonight.
Unfortunately, we did get. I know.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you. I didn't update it. I put the Malloy on it.
Trust me, I was heartbroken. He's under the weather.
That's not good. He's got a busy week at him.
I know. He apologized sincerely. He's under the weather, so he said he's gonna get us back.
All right, good. All right. So nonetheless, Big Play Cleveland show tonight. Hanford Dixon, dude. Blake and Greg Williams. Tell me you don't want to hear from Coach Greg around draft time.
Yeah.
And they were talking about some of that new stuff with the UFL. Was Coach Greg mic'd up for the Defenders game this weekend? I think Blake said that on the last show.
I think he was.
I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah, because he made a comment. He said, what was it?
Was something about lozenges?
The dude. No.
That was of all the things that Greg said. No, I got a lozenge. I love it. That was my favorite thing.
He said the mic'd up dude is going to have to do work overtime.
Oh, it's going to be a lot.
Doing all the
F-bombs.
bleeps.
Yeah,
getting rid of all the bleeps.
Greg is a fiery guy. Folks, that's our lineup on Mondays. And again, we got shows tomorrow with Josh Maria Cribbs and the Big Play Cincinnati show on Thursday. We got Elk Enter the Jungle. Chico, Bruce, us, all of it, folks. Big Play is where it's at. Follow us on Twitter at Big Play, Big Play CLE, Instagram, YouTube channel. All the shows get populated across all of it. So you'll be able to find it. And I don't want to spoil it yet. I was told on Friday, don't spoil it. But we got something brand new coming for you. It's even easier. It's going to be even easier for you to consume our content. We got it all for you right here on Big Play. Drop us a follow there. Got you locked and loaded on Monday. All right, we come back. We'll get to the morning update. We'll mess around with the grid today.
We can always do the mock simulator instead if you wanted. It's up to you.
Let's look at the grid. We ended on a positive note last week with the grid. So we'll get to that coming up. We got Time Hop as well, and our bracket's already set. You and I threw that out last week.
Huh?
The bracket.
What are you talking about?
Our Big Play bracket of the week.
You didn't tell me about this.
We talked about it.
No,
we had the debate. I said, write that down. We're going to do that next week.
I forget what it was.
We got into a debate about blue cheese being trash.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do your favorite cheese.
Okay.
People are going to see that and be like, who are these idiots debating cheese? Do your favorite cheese.
Feta.
Mozzarella,
Feta.
Munster, Swiss is trash. Swiss is unmitigated trash. It's maybe melted on the right sandwich, but then it's still pretty
American
trash.
cheese is trash.
Ryan.
Trash.
No. Provolone. Oh, my God, so good. All right, we'll get to all that with our bracket coming up. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds.
If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's get to it right here on Big Play. Welcome back, Fontana Show. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. That's where we're at. We're on Instagram, too. I'm at Fontana Show, but show streaming live, as always, on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. A triple cast, if you will. Ready to go for tonight. Cavs, let's get to it. Ryan, the morning update, please.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, the Guardians with a very beautiful weekend sweep against the Athletics. They now have the best record in the majors at 16-6. The Guardians are off today before starting a 3-game home series starting tomorrow against the Boston Red Sox.
No, I mean, I look at it from this thing. It's your bats are showing up. Hitting can be contagious. You've got some, I don't say unlikely heroes, but I like where this team is at. They're hitting the cover off the ball. The bullpen is electric. That is how you can win some games. You get a lead, and even when you bounce back, because like a couple of the teams, even this weekend, the A's got out to a lead or they scored kind of early, tied game, whatever. Bats came around. It's all led by Josh Naylor, man. Dude. And again, not only when he's hitting, but then his infectious personality and his hype and his energy, that gets everybody going, man. How could it not? Guardians are fun. And I want to tell you, to get sappy and sentimental for a second, too, I'm glad they're doing this early in the season to get some people down to that ballpark. My wife and I are looking at tickets. We're already trying to find. Yeah. Can I make one suggestion? More 4 o'clock weekend games. Because, that's the sweet spot for us to take our son. He still naps. They only have 3 scheduled Saturday 4 o'clock games. And I don't want a 4 o'clock Sunday. I like the 1 o'clock Sunday special there. Everybody's like, just take them there. But it's kids' fun day. It gets a little packed. The 4 o'clock Saturday, I think, is really just
Saturday was 6:10, which is perfect for me.
That's good. That's
because I don't have children, obviously.
Right, and then you can still get out.
Up around 9.
Yeah.
We went out afterwards.
Good.
Had a great time.
That's perfect.
The city was amazing.
That's why I think 4 o'clock might even be a little better.
Man, it felt so good to be back at the ballpark.
You're out at 7, 4, and you still get a little sun. Most of the game would be played still in sunlight. Just ask. But yeah, we're getting to a game. We got our tickets already ordered, ready to go for that. So I think that's another helpful thing there for the Guardians, is that they're trying to maybe capture some people for this summer and believe that you are going to be in this thing. How could you not be right now? One of the best teams in baseball. I love it. I love saying that. I'll never get sick of saying that. And to be kind of take it one little step further too, you really look at anybody else in the AL Central and feel like they're really shaping up into form right now? Not me. Not me. The Royals are second, 3 games back. Dude, the Twins. Holy God.
Yeah, man.
They're bad. They're not good. I love where we're at right now. I love it. And again, I don't really know if I see. I'm sure somebody will start playing some better baseball. Get out to do every win counts. I say this to everybody every single. You beat up on the A's. It's not like you get a half a win because it's the A's. Oh, you beat them in April. That's not 3/4 of a win. If you believe 95 wins is going to get you the AL Central,
oh yeah,
I can't do math. What's almost 20 games?
Well, right now we're on pace for like 111.
That's what I'm saying. Every win counts, man. Every win gets you closer to that goal. Keep rocking, Guards. I love it. I have so much fun watching this team. I do.
Well, every win certainly does matter for our Cavaliers, and they got off to their first one. They beat the Orlando Magic Game 1 Saturday. Now, Game 2 tonight.
Here's the funny thing. Guardians have 16 wins. You know what 16 playoff wins would get the Cavs?
I believe a Larry O'Brien trophy.
That would be factually correct, Ryan.
All right, well, Game 2, they're going to need to start there with another win against Orlando. Tip-off 7 p.m., Matt.
This game is for the series, in my opinion. Not that if we lose, we're done, but I think if you win tonight, it's over. It's over. They maybe get one down there in Orlando. And the thing is, even when I was saying things like that last week and the confidence that I had even before Saturday was played, there was still this inherent group of people out there that didn't want to believe it. And they were so beaten down by last year or didn't like how the Cavs ended the season. You were concerned. You were worried. Have you flushed that out? Ryan, our Twitter question is up. At Matt Fontana Show this morning. We're asking everybody, did Saturday's win flush out how you felt about last year's playoffs?
Not even close.
That's
82% say no.
All right, so they need a first round
They're
win.
like me. They need the first,
need a first round
to see
win.
it. You need to see it.
All right. But Saturday did enough for me to have me double down on my confidence for what this team is, and they should be able to win the series. Now, I'm going to be, again, a realist. I didn't think Orlando played that well. I really did not think they did. So you expect them to play better tonight, or at the very least play better in this series. I expect them to lock down on their defense even a little bit more. What's the adjustment now from the Cavs? Okay, you got a game 1 win at home. You were supposed to do that. But now it's the adjustment period, and I just think the Cavs have a few more options. That's the thing. When the game is on now, between JB and Jamal Mosley, or even the players on the floor, I think the Cavs have more horses for this race. For the Magic, I'm worried about Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. That's about it, okay? Could Jonathan Isaac show up and try to smoke us? Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's Wendell Carter. The Cavs, Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, Allen, Strus, Niang, Sam. I'm just saying. Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert is a sneaky guy. One of these games, whether it's this series or sometime in the playoffs, I'm expecting a 25-point Karis LeVert game. I don't know about tonight. I don't know if I'm going to put that on Tipico for tonight. Can I just look real quick?
Sure.
I wonder if he's even up there. Tipico boosts. I tell you again, man, this interface is so easy. It's so great. All right, what would you like, 20 points or 25?
A lot of points off the bench.
Karis LeVert to score 25 is plus 1,200, Ryan. How about him to score 20? Plus 780 or 875. Should I do it? I want to put $5 on that.
It's your money, Matt. You
All right,
said
I'm
earlier
doing it.
it's your
Done.
money.
Done. We're doing it. Karis LeVert's 20 points tonight. Come on. I'll do it. I'll ride with that. $5. $5 little play game right there. We're in. Let's go. Cavs. Done. Let's go.
All right. Well, speaking of Karis LeVert, Matt, the 2023-24 NBA regular season awards finalists were named. However, Karis was not one of the 3 finalists for Sixth Man of the Year. Shall we run through them and you give me your pick?
Yes, please.
All right. We'll start with which I didn't even know this was an award, Matt. 2024 at Kia NBA Clutch Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that new?
I think relatively, but it's also, what was the first word you said in that, Ryan?
Kia.
Yes, there's a sponsor for that.
Already,
of course it is.
3 finalists for that: Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I mean, they have a clutch. They have
Metric.
clutch statistics and metric, right? I think it's a game within 5 with less than 3 minutes to play or something like that. I don't know who comes out in the metrics. I mean, the thing is, DeMar DeRozan doesn't play on a really good basketball team, and he's sitting at home right now. Probably Shai.
He was clutch last night.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Wait, DeMar DeRozan.
I'm talking about Shai.
Oh, Shai. I was going to say DeMar DeRozan, the Bulls are done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's I would probably go with Shai on that then.
All right, Defensive Player of the Year: Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, and rookie Victor Wembanyama.
Gobert. Yeah.
I got a feeling Victor's going to win more than a few when his career's all
Oh,
said
sure
and
he
done.
will. And he had what was he, the first player in history to have blocks, assists, point, like all that. I mean, he's going to be that unicorn, but it's going to be Gobert. I think the thing on Gobert is, again, he's got a history. He's got a little bit of a recency bias of being that same thing. Bam, when the team really needed him, he wasn't quite there. I'll go Gobert.
All right, Most Improved Player: Tyrese Maxey, Alperen Sengun, and Kobe White.
You know, somebody looked on that. They, Dante DiVincenzo. Well, it's got to be Maxey, but here's the thing. A lot of people did you see this about Dante DiVincenzo? People are going to vote for him. He fell 9 seconds of game time short to qualify for the award.
Wow.
Because it's not only do you have to play in X number of games, you have to average 6 or 9 minutes of the 65 games. He fell 9 seconds short. And there were people that were going to put him on the ballot for that. Probably Tyrese Maxey. Yes, I would agree with that.
All right, well, the big one: Luka Doncic MVP, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or Nikola Jokic staring down his 3rd MVP.
Probably going to be Jokic. I don't think it's Shai. I really don't. And Luka, probably Jokic. He's on a better team. But Luka, as much as Jokic means to the Nuggets, and I'm not saying he doesn't, Luka means everything to his team.
I would agree with that.
Again, the LeBron factor, the fatigue factor. Where you give it to Jokic here's the thing. I'm voting Jokic because he should have won it last year, and he didn't. So I'll give it to Jokic again this year.
All right, NBA Rookie of the Year: Chet Holmgren, Brandon Miller, or once again, Wembanyama.
I know for a little while it was Chet, mostly because Webby had like a little bit of a short time, but I mean, 40 points, 20. It's Victor Wembanyama. He's going to win that award, no question.
Sixth Man of the Year: Malik Monk, Bobby Portis Jr., or Naz Reid.
My gut I don't know. I got some Bobby Portis. I think but now he's got to be in the starting lineup because Giannis has been out. Malik Monk, Kings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. Because Bobby Portis plays on the best of those teams.
Timberwolves pretty good.
Yeah. I guess I just look at it from I don't believe in the Timberwolves. I'll go Bobby Portis. I think that was my gut. I'll probably go with that. I would say in my order, I would go Bobby Portis, Naz Reid, and then Malik Monk.
All right, last one. NBA Coach of the Year, Mark Daigneault. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
He's gonna
OKC.
win.
Chris Finch, the Timberwolves, and Jamal Mosley of the Orlando Magic.
It's got to be. And the other thing, what are all of those guys? Teams that have been quickly turned around? It's got to go Oklahoma City. Again, I can't pronounce Mark's last name either, but it will definitely go to Oklahoma City. I think they deserve it. I really think. Again, turning that team around, not really that many expectations. I think that's where it should be at.
I would agree with you. All right, Matt, do we want to?
Let's take a look at it.
All right.
Please. Agree. Damn thing. 2 statistics. Oh, no. Oh, I thought the other one was statistical.
Well, they literally just threw the. I mean, dude, it's LSU and it's the Vikings and the Bengals. That's literally just screaming Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
And then 1,000 yards receiver, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry.
Sure.
All right, go. Just go. I'll start the clock. I'll start. Now, you know the pressure that comes with this, buddy. We had damn well better finish this thing. We're going to be lining up 5 of these, only 4 more to go. Come on now.
All right, where do you want to start?
All right, 1,000 yards receiver, Michael Thomas, Saints. Let's throw Mark Cooper in there. Why not? A little Mark Cooper action there.
Yeah, we got to get this
All
one.
right, that's what I'm saying. They're okay. All right, let's focus on in here now. We do go to the Bengals and Saints and very easily lay this up with yet another Ohio State Buckeye.
Eli Apple?
Eli Apple is correct. I think Von Bell works for that too.
Are we positive Eli Apple? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That works there. Bengals Cowboys. There's some I feel like this is screaming an offensive lineman to me.
Didn't T.O. Or no.
Terrell Owens played for the Cowboys. You're thinking of Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens.
I was like, wait, no, that doesn't
They
sound
did
right.
not have a crossover there. They did not have a crossover there. No. Joe Mixon. Oh, no, he went to Houston, not Dallas. All right, let's move off of that. Oh, duh.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Duh.
I love how as soon as you say duh, it's like then it clicks.
Come on now. By the way, last week, the Rams Bengals not getting Andrew Whitworth, that sank with me all weekend.
Yeah, that
sat with me all weekend.
That was
Damn
kind of
it. All right, let's not let that happen here. Okay. All right, Vikings Cowboys.
Well, Vikings Saints, Adrian Peterson.
Ooh, Ryan. Right out the gate, buddy. Let's go. Pick the right one. Okay, we did.
One more,
We're 2
man.
minutes in. Flying here now. Let's just rip through our quarterbacks. I don't know why Sean Mannion came to my mind, because he was the backup in Minnesota, but I don't know if he ever actually went to Dallas.
Christian Ponder?
I don't think he ever went to Dallas.
I don't think either.
Kickers, Greg Joseph is there now. I don't ever think he went to Dallas. Brett Maher? Again, Greg Joseph has been there, so that's the tough thing is they haven't had a lot of recent turnover with kickers. I don't think Brett Maher works because he was with the Rams, of course, with the Browns in the offseason. What do we got? Dallas, I know he was good. Not good, but he was there. And then did he play with the Vikings? No, he did not. He did not. Okay. Don't forget we can go legacy players on this too. Herschel No, not Herschel Walker.
No, did Randy Moss play a season for the Cowboys?
No, he went to Tennessee was the one that we all forgot about. Then he was also in New England for a little while. But no.
What?
Herschel Walker.
What? Yeah?
I thought so. I thought I pictured it.
Wow.
Nirvana!
Right on time with the music, too. Wow.
Yes.
We crushed that.
Yes.
That was kind of easy.
Hell yeah. Hey, don't get cocky over there. Don't get cocky over there.
Man, that was easy.
We are the smartest men alive. Smartest men alive. That's how you kick off a Monday with a big Cavs game tonight. We get the immaculate grid and knock it out of the park. Let's do this. Let's break, time hop, then our mock draft simulator. We're going to do a mock draft simulator every single day. Getting ready to go for Thursday. We'll tell you what happened in time hop. We'll head back, a couple important TV shows, some NFL drafts. And do you know today is Earth Day?
I do not.
Today's Earth Day. I will tell you the first ever Earth Day. What year that was. I'll tell you what it is coming up. Time hop. We'll get to our boost for tonight's game for the Cavs. We will run through our betting trends. We have not done that yet. And Ryan, I didn't give you the other two games for tonight. You want all 3 game betting trends and our brackets? You don't want to go anywhere. Better get to it. Stay with us. Fontana Show.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's jump on back. We'll tell you time up here on the 22nd of April. And again, don't go anywhere. We will get to our betting trends for the NBA games tonight, including the Cavs. We'll get to that as well, and our bracket of the week, which I'm very excited about. Again, we stumbled on this. Somebody said they like blue cheese. Ryan and I think blue cheese is trash, and that's how we started where we'll debate the best cheese.
Does that even make the bracket?
Yes, because we have to open it. It's not a bracket for just you and me. It's for everybody.
All right.
So we put things in that we maybe don't like, but we got to get it figured out. But nonetheless, we'll get to all that coming up. We head on back to history with Time Hop, including 2 years ago today, Andrew Berry on his pre-draft press conference was asked several questions about trading Baker Mayfield. Because again, can't forget, they already had Deshaun Watson and Baker was under contract. Andrew Berry asked if Baker Mayfield's contract an issue trading him, and he said he wouldn't comment on contractual matters. Okay, here's the interesting one. 2 years ago today, Andrew Berry asked about Baker Mayfield saying he felt disrespected by the team. Berry's quote, "We were transparent with our intentions. We all understand how Baker feels. Sometimes in the things the NFL, they may not work out. He has had success and will continue to have success at quarterback." I don't blame Baker for being upset. And I also don't blame the Browns for making the move that they said, hey, we think we can upgrade here. If anything, Baker's laughing all the way to the bank while he signs the deal that he got, and the Browns are not in a good spot right now with Deshaun Watson. We know all that. We know Deshaun Watson's got to play better. We got to sing a new tune. I get all of it, right? But there were a lot of people in this town that believed that Baker Mayfield could get it done for you. And there's no part about what he's done in Tampa for me to sit here and be like, oh, look, the Browns are right. And I'll also tell you that I'm not one of these Baker psychos that are out there saying, oh, they fucked this up, man. Oh, my God, Baker Mayfield would have taken us here and there. I thought he could have been successful here, and he's been successful in a couple other spots. We got Deshaun Watson. I'm all in on Watson. Let's go freaking win some games, all right? That's exactly where I'm at. That's where I've been. That's where I'm going to continue to be. We look back now to 2020, one day before the draft. A reports that Miami wants to move up, and we could see a run on tackles like we've never seen. Over-under on Jed Wills was 8.5. Of course, the Browns took him over that. I was sleeping on Andrew Thomas in that draft. I really was. And turned out to be the best tackle in the draft. He was gone already.
No, Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, yeah, but same thing. Or worse. They were both gone. But I slept on Andrew Thomas. I didn't think he was going to be the best tackle. And again, relative of they're the two best ones in this, but it is what it is. All right, we go back. 2016 playoffs. These always feel good. Opening round, game 3. Cavs beat the Pistons 101-91. Kyrie at 26. LeBron and Kevin Love each with 20 in that one. When are the Pistons going to get back to the playoffs? Not anytime soon is the answer to that question. This day, 2014, A.J. McCarron had a pre-draft visit with the Browns. I know you love A.J. McCarron. I know you love him. So I just try to bring him up as much as I can. But he joined the Browns for a pre-draft interview this day, 2010. See, look, they even liked him before Hugh got here. It wasn't just you. Everybody was all in A.J. McCarron. Everybody was all in Sam Bradford when he got drafted first overall this day, 2010. Can I run through your top 10 picks in 2010?
Sure.
Sam Bradford goes 1. Ndamukong Suh 2. Gerald McCoy 3. Trent Williams 4. Eric Berry 5. Russell Okung 6. Number 7. Florida Gator cornerback Cleveland Brown Joe Hayden goes 7. Rolando McClain 8. CJ Spiller 9. Tyson Alualu goes 10. Here's the interesting thing. After Sam Bradford, picks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all made a Pro Bowl in their career. Other first rounders, Earl Thomas, the safety. Dude, isn't it crazy too? All these guys are retired by now. Jason Pierre-Paul was in the first round. Marquise Pouncey went 18 to the Steelers. RIP. Demaryius Thomas went 22.
That's a good draft.
Dez Bryant, 24. Devin McCourty, 27.
Wow.
Second round for the Browns, TJ Ward, 38 overall. Safety, of course, out of Oregon. New England made a pretty good pick there at 42. Tight end out of Arizona, Rob Gronkowski going there. Yeah, man. Oh, Browns, what a miss here. Montario Hardesty, 59 overall. They took him one pick ahead of Golden Tate, who probably would have been better off there. Jimmy Graham went in the third round of this draft. I guess he's still playing. Geno Atkins, 4th round pick. Cam Chancellor in the 5th round to Seattle. Oh, yeah. 6th round, 195th overall. Pittsburgh Steelers select wide receiver, Central Michigan, Antonio Brown.
That worked out.
I would say so. Think he's a Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah.
The numbers would tell you yes. Would they not?
Absolutely.
But The player, I don't know. You want me to run through all the Browns picks this day for the 2010 draft? Sorry, I'm out of order here. Joe Hayden, T.J. Ward, Montario Hardesty. Oh, yeah, Colt McCoy in the 3rd round. Sean Laval in the 3rd round. Larry Asante, Carlton Mitchell, and Clifton Geathers, all for the Browns this day when the draft started in 2010. A sad one. This day, 2004, Pat Tillman passed away. And I know I just saw that, the amount of kids that help or get help through that Pat Tillman Foundation. I just saw it for some reason this past weekend. This day, 2004, he passed away. This day, 1995, NFL draft, Kijana Carter, running back, goes first overall to the Cincinnati Bengals. Never see that again. Browns took Craig Powell, linebacker out of Ohio State, at number 30. Also this day, 1990 NFL draft, Jeff George goes number 1 to the Colts. Browns traded out of the first round. 3 Hall of Famers in the first round in 1990. Junior Seau, Emmitt Smith, and Cortez Kennedy. All this day, 1990. Do you know who Elwood and Jake Blues are, Ryan?
No.
You don't know the Blues Brothers?
Oh, sure. No.
Well, yeah, those are their names.
The Blues Brothers.
That skit debuted on SNL this day, 1978. Of course, the movie, I loved the movie. It's just on a couple weeks ago. It's always a great watch. But the skit of the Blues Brothers debuted this day, 1970. First ever Earth Day was this day, 1970. I don't know what you're supposed to do with Earth Day. Celebrate the Earth? Maybe
Recycle?
not. We already do. We'll throw that trash on the ground? I don't know. Clean some water, I guess? I don't know. We need to keep our Earth healthy. It'd be nice to do, but they're working on it. This day, 1954, the NBA adopted the 24-second shot clock and the 6-foul limit.
I like it.
Probably some good rules.
Stood the test of time.
This day, 1876, the first ever National League Baseball game was played. The Boston Red Stockings beat the Philadelphia Athletics 6-5 in this day, 1876. Very happy birthday goes out to future Hall of Famer and former Guardians manager Terry Francona, celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Terry. Bimbo Coles, Ken Dorsey, Browns offensive coordinator, celebrating a birthday today. Beast mode. Marshawn Lynch celebrating a birthday today. MGK, Jack Nicholson, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Amber Heard, all celebrating birthdays today. What's the
stacked list?
This is a bracket, not to overtake our cheese bracket. When you think of Jack Nicholson, which role do you think of?
The Shining.
Okay. Joker, The Shining, Departed, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Damn, that's a good.
What's the one with Tom Cruise? Men has men in the title.
Yeah,
A Few Good Men or whatever.
A Few Good Men. Yeah, you can't handle the truth. Yeah. Damn, should I send? That's like I can't just do 4 though, right? It's got to be more than that. That's almost worth a bracket on its own. But yeah, nonetheless, happy birthday to Jack Nicholson. All right, 2 television shows for you. I will start with a show that that's won many awards. Started this day in 2012. And it was a career revival, if you will, for Elaine from Seinfeld.
She was in a new show in 2012?
2012, the show debuted. It's one, I never watched it, but I know that it would just always clean house at
really?
awards. Recently, yes. I think this was a show that didn't get any love early in its run, and everybody said, you're sleeping on this show. And then it started getting some awards recently.
I couldn't even tell you what Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in besides Seinfeld, honestly.
Okay.
In Marvel.
She's in Marvel?
She's in in one of the TV shows.
Oh. It's a political satire comedy that aired on HBO starting this day, 2012, all the way until 2019.
Like VIP or something?
VIP, that's what it's called.
VIP? I remember seeing it.
Yeah. Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays the fictional vice president of the United States as Selena Meyer. It received critical acclaim and won several major awards, including 7 consecutive nominations for the Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series. It won in the 4th, 5th, and 6th seasons. Its 2nd, 4th, and 6th seasons won Writers Guild of America awards for television comedy series. And its 3rd season won the Television Critics Association Award for Outstanding Achievement in Comedy. Can't say I ever watched it. But I've heard good things about V. All right, and then finally, another television show that debuted this day, 2001. This was a Canadian sitcom television
Trailer
show.
Park Boys?
That is correct. Julian Bubbles. I have not watched more than 2 episodes of it.
Me neither.
And my brothers love it. I have friends that love it. And I think that is prime on my list of like when I can get back and I want to dive into a series. I think I'm doing Trailer Park Boys. How many seasons are there? 6? Hang on. Stand by. 12 seasons? 105 episodes? Good God. All right, I guess I got more to watch than I thought. Oh, the Showcase one was 01 to 8, and then it came back on Netflix? I didn't know that. Did not know that. But yes, Trailer Park Boys.
All right, good day.
Is correct. Ready to go. Oh, Mock Draft Simulator. Let's do it.
Yeah, you want to do it?
Yeah, pull that up real quick.
What bet should I use? I'm wondering.
I just go PFF. There's Pro Football Network that has a good one too.
All right, you want to do Pro Football Network?
Let's do that one today, and we'll do PFF tomorrow. Whatever you got up. So Ryan's going to pull up. Here's our Mock Draft Simulator. So we're going to do this every single day to get ready to go for the draft on Thursday. Don't go anywhere, though. I've got all my trends for the games tonight. Knicks 76ers, Cavs Magic, and, of course, Lakers Nuggets. We'll get to that in a second. And the bracket. Ryan, let's get to it. Mock Draft Simulator. This is all you, buddy.
All right.
So here's how you go. See, so I almost did the same thing. Did you start it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. No shocks up top, running on through.
I can also pause it whenever. Let me know.
Okay, I can't really see it. It's really small on my screen.
Okay, well, we can JJ McCarthy, 13th to the Raiders.
Okay, start at the top. Again, okay, so here we go. Caleb, they have Drake May going too. I can see that. I don't believe that. Marvin
Patriots
Harrison.
select to go a receiver.
Huh. Who do the Cardinals take?
Rome.
Oh, Rome.
Chargers.
Over Malik Neighbors?
Chargers take Malik Neighbors.
They're not doing that. They're taking Joe Alt. But okay. Resume draft.
Giants, Joe Alt. Brock Bowers to the Titans.
Okay. Again.
Jaden Daniels drops to 10 to the Jets. What's going on?
They'd be pooping themselves if they could get him, and they would take him. That would be the smart thing to do. 100% would be to take him, and that ain't happening, though. All right, resume. All right, there goes Brian Thomas, receiver. I'm more interested about the receivers, right?
Yeah.
Penix goes. Wow. Did you put trades on in this?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. So here we go. Kool-Aid goes.
Oh, Chiefs go with the tackle.
All right.
Bo Nix, Patriots.
All right.
34.
Keon Coleman goes there. Xavier Worthy goes there. Where is he? There's
Donnie Mitchell.
No! There goes
Jets.
Vlad to the Jets. No! What pick was that?
Damn it. 44.
All right. Well, that's a little easier to get up to than 38.
Troy Franklin goes to the Bengals at 49.
All right. I think we're gonna have to sit here and hope Malachi Corley doesn't go.
All right.
Browns are up.
Oh, we could get Miami's offering us to move back one spot and for another pick 184.
Take it. Do it. Accept that trade.
They go Cooper BB guard. Do another one. Baltimore, we go to 62.
All right, what are we at right now? 55, right?
Yeah. So we would trade 55 and 206 for Baltimore's 62 and next year's third.
Yes! I do that trade all day. Yes!
Yeah. Okay.
Yes!
Okay. They take a cornerback.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Corley.
Oh.
All right. No. Wait, what's that trade?
62 and our 227 for Cincinnati's 80 and 97.
No. Nope. Decline that trade. We're on the clock. Oh, Minnesota.
Nah.
Pick up another third next year.
In their fourth.
Next year?
Yeah.
What do we drop back to? From
108.
From
62.
No. We can't do that. We got to make a pick here.
All right. Malachi, so on the board,
yes.
Malachi Corley, is that locked?
I mean, let's run through who else is still there for the
according
interest
to
of the
their best,
exercise.
Tyler Newman, Leonard Taylor, Cameron Kinchins, Patrick Paul, Jalen Polk.
I'd listen to Jalen Polk. I'd still go Malachi Corley.
So are we between...
Go D tackle. I'm sorry, it's search by the best available. Go up to the top. Can you search by position?
Sure.
Wide receiver.
Best D tackle is Leonard Taylor and that Braden Fitz.
Okay, Braden Fitz is still there.
You want to look at the receivers, though?
Yeah, receivers.
Jalen Polk, Malachi Corley,
okay.
Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall.
So we could have moved back and still maybe just take Malachi Corley.
Yeah.
That's I don't want to, this is our exercise, you and me.
No, out of the receivers left, I'm totally fine going Malachi Corley.
Okay, do it. Malachi Corley. Well done.
All right.
So we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll do another one to see how it plays.
Let's do our third rounder.
All right.
Because we need to see.
Can you go faster? Can you move up the turbo here? Because it's already 50, and I want to get to our picks for tonight. Isn't there a place where you can do
when
speed?
When is our pick? Well, we're about to be up.
Okay.
So we'll just go one more pick real quick.
All right.
We're about to be up. I do want to see what receivers would have been available. So.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Oh, Steelers right before us took Roman Wilson. We'll just reject these offers.
Yeah, reject all this trade, dude.
All right. Oh, best available. Will Shipley, running back. Devontae Walker out of North Carolina. Jatavion Sanders, that tight end.
Tight end, yeah, okay.
And then Mason Smith, the defensive tackle.
Whoa. Don't even think about it. Mason Smith, the tackle, yes.
Yeah?
Wait, all right, go look to see who else. Best available there. We don't need a look at the receiver just for the interest of seeing if we were to fall back.
Devontae Walker's the best one. Then Johnny Wilson, Jermaine Burton.
Oh, yeah, then we go Mason Smith. Oh, go offensive tackle real quick. Or O-line.
Roger Rosengart.
Okay, I've seen him in some mocks.
Gadji.
Yeah,
Blake
same
Fisher.
thing. Yeah, I saw a mock that of Blake Fisher with the Browns in the second round. I think you jump at Mason Smith there.
Yeah.
I think you jump Mason Smith. Dude, you go Malachi Corley, Mason Smith, your first 2 picks there, and a trade back to acquire some assets. Let's go
man.
with that.
I like that a lot.
All day. Let's get to it. Ryan, let's get to our games tonight. Let's start with the Cavs Magic. Get betting with Tipico, folks. Use that code Fontana100. Can I interest you in a little imperfect parlay? Why don't you take our 3 picks tonight? Do an imperfect parlay. What is the imperfect parlay? For different odds of a 3-leg parlay, you only want 2 to hit. You can do that and still get in the cash, folks. So let's run through it. I'll tell you more about it when we make our extra selections. Use that code Fontana100 when you sign up. Deposit and bet $25. Get $100 in bonus bets. Win or lose with your bet as soon as that game ends. Terms and conditions apply. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. So 5.5 tonight for the Cavs with an over-under of 202. You know me on the over-under. Here we go. Magic come in 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games. They're only 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games against the Cavs, and 2-7 straight up in their last 9 games against the Cavs. Orlando is also only 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games over at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. They're also 0-5 against the spread their last 5 games on the road. For the Cavs, 5-10 against the spread their last 15 games overall. But again, 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games at home against Orlando. Cavs are 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games at home. They are also just 6-14 against the spread their last 20 games as a favorite. But we're still going to take a minus the 5.5. Cavs are, do you do anything? And I know there's people out there, and one of them is watching the show, that used to make fun of me when I would bring up Tuesday or Wednesday or on the day.
Like as a trend?
The Cavs are 7-1 against the spread their last 8 games on a Monday.
It's a little goofy.
What? It's the lock of all locks, Ryan. 7-1 against the spread their last 8 games on a Monday. Let's go. Over-under's a tough one because the under has hit 13 out of the last 20 games between the Cavs and the Magic, but the over has hit 9 out of the last 13 games for the Cavs. I don't have any good over-under trends for the Orlando Magic, but it's 202. Stay aside that. Cavs, 5.5. You like it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take it. Next up, Philly taking on the Knicks. Tipico, also 5.5 on the side of the Knicks. Quick trends on this one. Philly comes in 10-2 against the spread their last 12 games, 9-1 straight up in their last 10. They are also 5-1 against the spread their last 6 games on the road. Here's the issue. They don't play the Knicks well. Philadelphia is only 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games against the Knicks and 1-4 straight up in their last 5 against New York. But Philly plays well at Madison Square Garden. They are 11-4 straight up in their last 15 games when they're on the road against the Knicks. You flip it over for New York. They are 4-2 against the spread their last 6 games, 6-game winning streak for them. And as I mentioned, they don't play all that well at home against Philly, but New York is 6-2 against the spread their last 8 games played on a Monday at home. I'm taking the 76ers plus 5.5. I still think the Knicks might win, but I will take the 76ers plus 5.5. Do you like that one?
I would agree with you on that.
All right, final one. Lakers Nuggets, biggest spread of the night. It is 7.5 with an over-under of 223. Here we go. Trends. Start with the Lakers. Just 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games, but they are 12-4 straight up in their last 16. Denver, though. Lakers are 0-6 against the spread their last 6 games against the Nuggets, and they're on a 9-game losing streak against Denver. Lakers are 6-1 straight up in their last 7 on the road, and they've not won their last 6 games when been on the road against Denver. And I saw that spread. They got nothing for them. They're bad. Oh, here you go, just for you, Ryan. Lakers are 1-5 against the spread their last 6 games on a Monday when on the road.
All right.
Flip it over for Denver. 5-1 against the spread their last 6. 5-1 straight up in their last 6. 5-game win streak at home. I mentioned the 6-game home win streak against the Lakers. And they are 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games here. I'm going to take the Nuggets minus the 7.5. It's a big spread, but it's a lot. Now, the only reason I did this, right here on Tipico, Cavs minus 5.5, 76ers plus 5.5, Nuggets minus 7.5. Ryan, I want just 2 of those 3 to hit.
Okay.
Minus 126, buddy.
There you go.
I'm going to place... I'm going big here. I'm going to put $20 on that.
Okay.
$20 wins me $16.
There you go.
On just 2 out of the 3. That's why the imperfect is just, it's perfect. It's imperfectly perfect for the NBA playoffs. Oh, I should have mixed in a little bit of over-under on that too. I just need 2 out of those 3 to hit, folks. I'm not saying that's free money. I shouldn't say that. I'm not allowed to say it. It's not legally saying. I love that. I love that. Place all 3 for tonight. Go with the imperfect, and we're rocking. Bracket of the week. Your favorite cheese.
Yeah, so like, okay, my entry is going to be feta.
That's
It's
fine.
my favorite. Do we include like beer cheese?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mozzarella,
But it's like a
provolone, Swiss cheese,
Beer
Munster.
cheese is like a sauce.
Still a cheese. Then, okay, so then are we going to put nacho cheese in there? Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think so. It's a weird one. We'll see how it plays out. Early favorite, probably mozzarella.
Mozzarella's good.
You going to sell it short on the cheese on pizza there? Can't do it. All right, that's going to do it for us. Don't forget tonight, Hanford Dixon, Big Play Cleveland show, and come get some with Blake and Greg Williams. Yes, get it done tonight, baby. I'm so excited for this game tonight. Get it done. We'll talk to you on a Victory Tuesday. How about that tomorrow, 9 a.m., same spot right here on Big Play. For Ryan Tyler, I am Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.